In this video, we're going to look at the New Chapter coaching site, and I'm going to go through kind of the basic elements so that you get the idea of how a lot of the things on the site work. In order to log in, you'll go to wp-admin at the end of your URL, just like I've added there, and then you will put in your password, username and password that we've given you, and then you'll be logged in. And I'm just going to go down the list of things here in this black column, and that's where everything that you use is located. So we'll just start at the top and work our way down. Under posts, we don't have anything. Looks like you're not currently using posts, so that's just a sample one, so I'll go ahead and delete it. It doesn't need to be there. Accordion Pro, you're actually not using. That's a plugin that we've downloaded like we thought maybe we were going to use, but I looked earlier and we're not. Under media, this is where all of your photos, any JPEGs, any PDFs that are on your site would be located, and you can view them in a list like that or in kind of columns like this, and they're all located right here. If you need to edit them, you can do so through the edit image or the crop image button. You can rotate them and crop them and click save when you're done if you need to. So that's where all that's located, and you can add new media through here, but anytime you need to access your media library, you'll be given the option to using a button that looks like an add media button. So you don't ever need to come here, but this is where it's all located. Under forms, you can look at this please contact me form and see what different items you have here. Pretty intuitive the forms are, and so any field that you might want to add would be over here, and then you would just select whatever field it is and it'll show up over here. So I can edit this once I click on it, and I can either get rid of the last name or I can add the middle name. I can change the field label to say something else. I can make it a required field, and I can duplicate this field if I'd like. And then I can drag it wherever I want it to go. But we don't want those, so we'll go ahead and delete them. And looks like we have a CAPTCHA box on your form just so that we cut down on any spam that you might receive. And any of these fields here can be added just by clicking it. And if you want to add something like radio buttons, like how did you hear about us? Then you just type in here whatever you want that to say. And then change these. You can add more options or delete more options, and then change these to say whatever you want and delete them if you want to. If any changes you make, you'll click update, and then that will change the way that your form looks. You can preview it using this button here and kind of see how it looks. It doesn't have the same formatting as your site, but you can kind of get a feel for how it's set up. Also, under forms, you'll want to look at entries. They should be going into your email inbox, but you can view them here as well if you'd like. And you can delete them, or you can resend notifications if you want to send these entries to someone else, things like that. Under settings, you can see confirmations and notifications. Under notifications, this is who is receiving these, and you can see that they're going to info@newchaptercoach.com. And if you want to create a new notification, all you'd have to do is duplicate this notification, then you'd have a second one here, and then you could just change the email there in the send to email. Or if you don't want that, like we don't, you would just delete it like that. And those are the basic functions of forms. It's basically all you would need to know there. Under pages, this is the pages on your site, obviously, and you can click on them and you'll see the information here. And this basically works like any word processing system like Microsoft Word or anything else, and you can change the size of your text through here. You can change the font of your text through here. You can align it differently. You can hyperlink text. So obviously these are hyperlinked. You can remove the hyperlink or link them to any URL that you want. You can start typing in a URL to find a page within your site. You can find a page within your site here. And you have featured image here, and you can edit that by clicking on it and then selecting a new featured image, or you can remove it altogether by clicking remove. And then anytime you make changes, you'll want to click update. And like I said, if you want to add media right there within the page, you can click add media and it will take you to your library, and you just select whatever item you want and you can align it however you want. I don't think there's too much in by way of anything special on these pages that you need to know about. It's basically just editing text. The parts of your homepage are set up a little differently, and so we'll talk about that in just a moment. And again, this is all formatted very nicely. You've got bulleted lists and items bolded and stuff in header too, and it looks nice and formatted well. But this is where you'd come to change out any of that text if you wanted to, and then click update. Comments is next, and that's where you would have comments on like a blog or something like that if you were using that, which you're not currently. You're also not using Food Gallery for anything or testimonials. So we'll skip over that. The next thing we need to talk about is staff members. And this is where you can edit these if you'd like. And these are pretty intuitive as well. You've got the name, the information about the person, and then their photo right here. And if you click add staff image, then you can update the photo through here. And you would click update to make any changes. If you wanted to add a new staff member, you could do that through here or through here. And it'll take you just to the same page, and then you'd fill in the same information. And then that would just show up for you on the page, because we're using short code on that page to put this here. And so it has a nice alternating effect on the photos. If you end up adding a staff person and then it doesn't look right, you can let us know. But that can be adjusted through reordering the staff here, and you would just drag them to whatever order you wanted them to be in and click update. Genesis is the theme of your site, and there's nothing specific we need to talk about there. Appearance, this is where you have widgets and menus. So under widgets, this is where the items on your homepage are located. If you end up wanting to change things on your homepage, it may be best just to ask us, because you have a lot of particularly specific functioning on the homepage with these items. If you want to change just the wording on some of this, then I can show you how to change that, or if you found a typo or something like that. But we've got your logo here, and it directs to your homepage. We've got your menu here, and we have a slider. And then under Visual Editor, like I said, this is where just some of that wording is located. And another slider here. And then we've got these images, and then the text to go along with it. So again, if you want to change some of these things or edit that, then the save button is down here in the corner, and you can edit any of that. But if you end up wanting to change some of these things, you'll just want to let us know, and we can kind of help with that. But I wanted to show you where that is all located. Again, there's an image you can change out. Choose an image would help you change that, and then click save. And again, there's some more information you can edit if you would like. And got your phone number there if you ever need to change it, and your address there if you ever need to change it. So every section of your homepage, whether it be the header or right beneath the header, which would be the top of the homepage, or the footer, these are the sections of the page, and then these are the widgets within them, and you can view what is there by clicking that arrow and then change it and then click save. If you want to add any new widgets, that's done by clicking any one of these items, selecting where you'd want it to go, and click add widget, and it will show up over here, and then you can drag it wherever you'd like. Again, you'll just want to be careful what items you change, but I just wanted you to be able to see kind of where those things are and how that works. Under menus, This is where we have a home menu and the social media menu, and these are very simple, just linking to the 3 basic pages that you have, your home page, and then the contact button just links right down here to your contact form, which is really awesome. So if you ever wanted to add a new page and then add it to your menu up here, if you added a new page, it'll show up over here. You click it and then you click add to menu and it'll show up over here, and you can put it wherever you want. If you want it to be a sub menu item, then you would put it like that beneath an item. And if you decide you want to change the label of the item, you can change that here, or you can remove it and then click save once you make any changes. If you'd like to link to an external site, you can do that by putting the URL here and the navigation label right there. Click add to menu and it works the same way. For social media, you have Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn. If you want to change your Facebook link, just change it through here. If you want to add a 4th social media, what you do is click here and copy that, go to custom links, and then paste it here. And then wherever it said the social media, you'd replace that with whatever type of social media you were wanting to add. And then putting your URL there. Click add to menu. You have to put a URL there. And then, like I said, you can rearrange it however you'd like or remove it. And then click save once you've done that. And that's how your menus work. Plugins are just what is used to build your site. So all of these items over here, a lot of these are plugins. If you want to add additional plugins for additional functionality and try to change things on your site, more than welcome to. If you need help with that, you can let us know, but really nothing you need to worry about there. Under users, this is where your username and password are located. So if you end up needing to change that, you just scroll down and then generate a new password or type in your new password here and then click update user. If you want to add a new user, you do that through add new, and then you have to have an email that is associated with them, and then you'll want to copy and paste that password and then give them administrator access. Again, you'll want to be careful what kind of password you use, make sure it's really strong, and you'll want to be careful who you give administrator access to on your site. These 3 items here are things that you don't really need to worry about with your site: tools and settings, custom fields. Nothing I really need to hit on there. Under Slider Revolution, looks like you're using Slider Revolution for this top part here, and I think for the team section as well for this part here. So if you end up needing to make some changes on the homepage slider, might be a little bit easier. So for this one, you have the wording right here, which looks nice. If you want to change out the photo in the background, that's super simple. Go to Media Library and choose a new photo, or upload a new photo and then choose it. And then you would just click save. Or if you'd like there to be rotating photos on the homepage, all you would need to do is duplicate this slide and then update the background photo on this one, and it will slide between the two, and it will still have that nonprofit excellence imagery there. You don't have to worry about the sizing or anything. If you do end up changing anything on these slides, you'll just want to make sure that it all fits within the bounds of these lines here, so that it fits on different screen sizes. It looks like we maybe need to update some of those for you. Make sure it looks good on all screen sizes. And then click save. And if you want to make a slide invisible, you can do that by hitting that red button and it no longer shows up. And you can also delete a slide like that. And we'll go back to all sliders, and you can see the other slide, which is this staff slide that I mentioned. And again, this one has a little bit more functionality. So if something changes here, it's probably going to be something you would need help recreating, just because there's a lot of different functionality here. So I'm not going to go over this too much now, but if you do end up adding or removing someone from your staff, then let us know and we can help get that looking nice and clean for you. And word fence, that's just something that's used to protect your site, and pods admin is nothing you really have got to worry about. So that's the main functions of your site. And if you run into issues or need help with anything else, just reach out and let us know.